Hey YouTube, Matty's812 here with another deck profile. I played in the YuGiOh day at Legit MTG, and I won with Chainburn, but another guy there won at the mat, so we worked out a deal so he gets the mat. But he let me borrow the mat for long enough to make this video, so I'm going to give you guys the Chainburn deck that I won YuGiOh day with. First, I got to show off my awesome token. Sweet, super rare, it's cool, I love it. Whatever. Alright guys, let's get into the main deck. 2 Lava Golem. I don't know that 2 Lava Golem is actually needed to make the deck flow. What ends up happening is you end up just using it just to drop it on people that want to try to swarm on you in game 1. It's almost always a side out come game 2, at least one of them. I feel like one of them is the better. Just playing 1 Lava Golem is probably the better option, but 2 is fine to start the game off with. Next, get into some of the draw power. Triple card D. It doesn't interfere with anything that you want to do, and you just get to grab cards, so it is what it is. I stopped the battle phase with Battle Fader and Swift Scarecrow. Just the hand traps that you use. It's general stuff. I mean, you got to stop the battle phase, buy you some time so you can burn them out. 1 Marshmallow. Not a big fan of this guy for the chance that you're going to get like run over with Gaia Charger or whatnot, but he does the burn damage, so he works out. But yeah, he was another one of those almost auto side outs every time. I then have Double Max C. I don't know this card is really needed in the meta right now. The way the meta is going right now, I don't know that Max C is really optimal. I mean, to be honest with you, like I really feel like you could just leave out Max C. But I had 2 in. It was lackluster. It did pay off once today, but it was lackluster at best, guys. Like, I don't know that you really need the Double Maxi. And that is the monster lineup of this deck. Now let's get into the spells. Triple Pot of Duality, Triple Pot of Consistency, if you would. That's what it is. That's what it does. It adds consistency to everything that you play it in, and it just makes those decks that much better. And it doesn't conflict with anything that you want to do other than like Lava Golem, I guess. If you were to Duality into a Lava Golem, then you can't special summon it. But yeah, like that's the only thing that it could interfere with. However, 1 Day of Peace actually will interfere with you. You've got to be very smart whenever you play this card, because it doesn't prevent just battle damage, it prevents all damage. So like in a situation tonight, I was playing against Insectors. I had to play 1 Day of Peace when I had a Just Desserts on board, and he eventually did Hornet my Just Desserts, so I wasn't able to activate it and get the extra 500 damage that it would have been, just because of that. But so you got to be smart when playing the 1 Day of Peace. You don't want to play it when you have a field full of your burn cards. Speaking of burn cards, I played 2 Chain Strikes. It is Chain Burn, so Chain Strikes fit in here well. And if you play it right, Chain Strike can actually get in for a lot of damage. It's 400 for each chain link that it's at, but you have to activate it at chain link 2 or higher. And like I said, guys, if played at in the right situation, Chain Strike can just really get in there for a lot of damage. However, with it being Chain Burn, a lot of people are playing the Accumulated Fortune. I decided not to play Accumulated Fortune in favor of Scapegoats. There's been a lot of rise in Trap Stun, and Accumulated Fortune, what I was seeing happening was I was building my chain so I could draw the extra cards off of Accumulated Fortune, and then people were hitting me at the very end of that chain with Trap Stun, because they're waiting until I activate the Accumulated Fortune to hit me with a Trap Stun, and then I'm just kind of stuck. So as opposed to forcing myself into a situation where I want to chain, all of my cards now can exist as a 1 play. Just activate the 1 card, let it resolve, then activate the 1 card and let it resolve, except for Chain Strike. That's the only one, but it can't be stopped with Trap Stun. Scapegoat also gives me the opportunity to stop my opponent without having to use a trap or a hand trap. Have the opportunity to actually stop 4 attacks with the Scapegoats, and it's not affected by the Trap Stun. So yeah, it becomes a lot more important, unless, again, with a situation like Marshmallow, if you're playing against somebody that is making Gaia Charger, Gaia Dragon to Thunder Charger, then you could get punished. So again, this is a card that you have to play smart, because you could get punished. Alright, now let's get into the traps. 1 Ceasefire, 3 Secret Barrel, 2 Magic Cylinder, and and 3 just desserts. That's the burn half of the trap cards. I mean, and they all do their job. They're all good at exactly what they do. Again, this is something that I can just burn you for 1,000, let it resolve, and not have to worry about building the chain. I feel like these kind of cards are so much more important right now because of the Rise and Trap Stun again. I mean, like I said, just the Rise and Trap Stun. The only game that I lost tonight was because the guy that I was playing against was playing Harpies and had a well-placed Trap Stun. That was the only game that I lost tonight. So now the battle phase part of it. I'm stopping your battle phase with Threatening Roar and Wabakoos. They do what they do. They put in work. And to round it all out, I have 3 Reckless Greeds. Unfortunately, like I've said before, I never seem to draw Reckless Greeds together. I always draw 1, and it always gets MST'd, and I give it my 2 draw phases to draw the 2 extra cards, and I never get a chance to stack it. But it works in the deck. You got to have them in there. So, yeah, it is what it is. Now to the side deck. The third scapegoat for the situation that I run into somebody main decking the trap stuns. I bring that in. One of the MVPs of the night, Fairy Wind. This guy put in some work. Throw it at the end of a chain and get them for every card that's face up. Just too good. Makes a lot of stuff miss timing. And then it gets the extra 300 for each card that's face up. It's good stuff. Dark Hole for the people that'll swarm out on you. Triple Watt Cobra. There are some matchups that you'll bring this in. You'll get in for that extra 1,000, and then you get to search for the other one and just get in for another extra 1,000. And then there are situations where you can get 2 of these on board and make a cowboy and start to end the game that way also. So yeah, Watt Cobra can put in work, but you have to side it in at the right time. Triple MST for whenever somebody brings in roll decrees or whatnot. A lot of stuff you'll need the MSTs for, but you don't want to have it in the main deck because you don't really need it in the main deck. You want the deck to be as fast as it can in the main, and then this kind of stuff out of the side. Next, 3 Raikou. Again, when I feel like somebody's going to bring in roll decree for me, Raikou is an important card to bring in. I actually had this down to 2 at one time. I decided to push it back up to 3 in the side. I enjoyed it a lot. It caught a lot of people off guard tonight and won me some games. And then, oddly enough, I forgot to put a last card in my side deck. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know what it would have been. It wasn't until round 1 started that I counted my side deck and realized that it was only 14 cards and that I had the empty sleeve in the deck. So as sad as that sounds, yes, I only had a 14-card side deck and no extra deck. Even though I do have the option of making the cowboy out of the side deck, I didn't play an extra deck tonight. So there you go, guys. That is what I won my Yu-Gi-Oh! Day with. Appreciate it. Subscribe. Make sure you head over to Legit MTG and check them out. Also hit up Legit YuGiOh and check out the Yu-Gi-Oh! Articles there. I appreciate it, guys. Subscribe, comment down below, show us how much you love us.